down the side of your face. This is not some laboratory experiment that we are trying to vet out to see if it would work. I'm in the car with one of the #1 money earners in the history of multi-level marketing. Now, you might be thinking, why MLM? Why network marketing? Why relationship marketing? Because it's created more millionaires than any other industry in the history of the world, to include the ones that you and I have worked in and been laid off from. And I know, as an electronic engineer by trade, I know that even though I worked as a systems and transmission engineer, a network engineer, I've worked in sales, there were no millionaires being made in any of the industries that I've worked in. Ever, ever, not never. So if it was my goal to get to the other side of money, the first thing I'd have to determine is what industry has the most success at creating millionaires. And by far, it's network marketing, or multi-level marketing, or relationship marketing, or MLM. You can call it whatever you like. The fact of the matter is, it incorporates not one, but two principles that must be employed for anyone to make generational wealth. Principle number 1, residual income. You'll never find that on your job. Principle number 2, distribution. You'll never find that on your job. The only person in your corporate pyramid that employs those two principles are the CEOs and the presidents. And so what they do is they get paid residually, because when they're on the golf course, you and I are at work making money for them. They implement distribution because they recognize there's no way that they can get paid based purely on the amount of time that they have over the course of a day. You want to know why Warren Buffett makes $22 million on average per day? Because he incorporates the efforts of others in an effort to help him free himself. And unless you understand distribution and or leverage, I assure you, you will never ever get out from under. You will never ever forge generational wealth for your friends and your family members. And so I started looking for an opportunity. And I tell you, it was impressive, because as I started to look for my opportunity, it reminded me of why my grandparents came to the United States. Opportunity. As I started to scour the internet and newspapers for opportunity, it reminded me of why so many Haitians are struggling to get across the Atlantic Ocean to get to the United States. Opportunity. It reminded me of why some of the Cubans get stranded in the midst of the Atlantic Ocean en route to America. Opportunity. It reminds me of why Mexicans are struggling to get across the borders alive into the United States for opportunity. And so opportunity, therefore, must be the reason why we're all looking for something more. Look, every one of us decided to start out on our journey not to be a doctor, lawyer, accountant, whatever have you. We really just want an opportunity. We want our shot at living the life we always dream about. And somewhere along the line, someone told you you have to be a doctor, a lawyer, an accountant. But when you actually visit how doctors live, most of them live just above the poverty line. Most accountants live just above the poverty line. Most attorneys live just above the poverty line. They don't live in those palatial houses that you and I read about when we were children. And so who therefore is living that life? Well, the people who live that life are the people who implement residual income and distribution. And so I recognized that the moment I decided to do something different, I had to change my plans, because my goal was to be financially independent. And if my plan was not in complete harmony of my goal, then I would fail 100% of the time. You want to know why most people, 97% of Americans, will retire and have to rely on friends, family, and the government to help them survive? They followed the wrong plan. But here's what you got to recognize. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. It's my fault. If I'm not awake enough, if I'm not conscientious enough, if I'm not cognizant enough to realize that my current plan is going in the opposite direction of my goal. What therefore is my goal? Financial independence. And if I can't do that working in corporate America, oh boy, you're gonna need another plan. And so since Multi-level marketing, network marketing has created more millionaires than any other industry in the history of the globe. I knew I needed to give it a shot. Now, I will be quite frank with you. I've tried network marketing before. There's a couple of instances where it didn't quite work out for me, but that doesn't mean I should give up. Maybe I didn't choose the right company. Maybe I didn't choose the right company at the right time. Maybe I didn't choose the right company at the right time with the right products and services. Maybe I didn't choose the right company at the right time with the right products and services and the right team of people. But I can assure you, there's a lot of things you can argue with. Success is not one of them. So when it was time for me to reconsider network marketing, I needed to find the right company. What therefore, in the midst of 400, scratch that, 4,200 choices, was the right company? Well, I decided to do something different. I did my own research. Yes, a friend of mine put it in my lap, but that was not enough. Having been introduced to network marketing by a plethora or multiplicity of friends in time past, just their recommendation was not enough because none of them made millions of dollars. So this time I was going to be smarter. Yep, I loved, I trusted, I admired, I respected my friend, but it just wasn't enough. If I was going to invest my time, effort, energy, money, and expertise in another network marketing opportunity, I wanted to be researched. I wanted to be intelligently informed. So I did some research. And guess what I found? 5 Links Enterprises. Did a whole lot of research. I checked with the Federal Trade Commission. They're in good standing. I checked with the Better Business Bureau. They got an A+ credit rating. I checked with Wall Street Journal, MSNBC News, Your Business at Home magazine. They've appeared in there 4 times. Success from Home magazine. They've appeared in it 5 times. Inc. 500, 5,000. They've appeared in it 9 times. And so what I'm suggesting to you in no uncertain terms is that more than just my friend co-signed this company. People in industry co-signed this company. It's the #1 corporate business entity in Rochester, beating out companies that you're familiar with like Xerox, Paychex, and Bausch & Lomb. I knew that this was the right company, not because it felt good, it looked good, it sounded good, it tasted good, but because I could prove it. Now I could talk to myself intelligently and say, Ray, this is a good company. Then I had to determine if it was the right time, because there's a lot of great companies out there, but getting involved, timing is everything. Would it be the right time now? Well, let me tell you why I thought it was the right time. It was the right time because this company got started in 2001. Why is that important for you and I? Because the average business goes out of business in 3 to 5 years. And if that is the case, this company blew past the 3 to 5 year challenge, if you will, and now is 15 years in the game, a $162 million debt-free company. Sounds like the right time for me. And because we're old enough to blow past the new business blues, but not old enough to be a household name, we're still ground floor turnkey opportunity. Here's what that means for you and I. All you got to do is get in, turn the key, and drive. There's another reason why I thought it was the right time. It's the right time because this company hasn't gone public yet. And because they haven't gone public yet, they pay out in stock options. Stock options, ladies and gentlemen, make people wealthy overnight. I know that because some of the secretaries and janitors that used to work for Microsoft are some of the wealthiest people in America because of stock options. 5 Links pays out in stock options. Number 3, I knew it was the right time because they were just beginning their international expansion. And because I positioned myself at the beginning of their expansion, today I get paid in 3 international currencies. Now, had they gone through their international expansion, sure, they'd still be an opportunity, just far smaller. So it was the right company at the right time. Now, right products and services. Let's talk about that. Right products and services. When you think about network marketing companies out there, there's some that sell financial services, there's some that sell vacations, there's some that sell sports bras, there's some that sell cellulite cream, there's some that sell girdles and beeswax candles and fragrances and all kinds of great stuff. And don't get me wrong, I like the idea of network marketing, but are these all recession proof? Let's just kind of walk this through just a little bit. Let's assume that you're a huge network marketer and you got a huge business and you're in a vacation business. I love to travel, but I lose my job. What's the likelihood I'm going to spend a bunch of money going on another luxury vacation? What's the likelihood I'm going to save that money for a rainy day? When the Twin Towers went down, the vacation industry lost trillions. When that ocean liner sank in the Mediterranean Ocean a couple years back, the vacation industry lost trillions. When the recession hit in 2008 and you couldn't get people on an airplane or a boat, they coined a phrase called staycation because people endeavored to stay home. So therefore, that told me vacations, not recession-proof. I love the idea of traveling, but why would I travel if I can't afford it? And if I could afford it and didn't have money to spend when I got there, what sense would that make? So vacations, off the table. Beeswax candles. Love the idea of beeswax candles. But if I'm your biggest client and I lose my job, I'm firing you first. And it goes for most of the products that are being sold because they're not essential. When I wanted to get back in network marketing, I needed something that was recession-proof, and I needed something that was critical to your daily routine. And so here's why 5 Links made sense to me. They initially made their reputation on 8 essential services the average consumer considers critical to their daily routine, namely cable, internet, home phones, cell phones, gas, electricity, home heating oil, health insurance. We've since added another half a dozen or so products and services. But these are services that no matter what happens in the national economy or your personal economy, you're going to keep the heat on in the winter and you're going to turn the AC on in the summer. You're going to even keep the light on in the refrigerator if there's no food in it. And because of it, it ensures my income. And so I thought it was the right company. I thought it was the right time. I thought it was the right products and services. But even if I got all those 3 right, and I somehow got drafted to a team that didn't win rings, my chances of winning a ring, almost impossible. And so it's almost akin to being the #1 draft pick on the Cleveland Cavaliers last year when they were playing in the championship against Steph Curry, the underdog. Nobody thought LeBron James was going to lose. Look, I didn't think he was going to lose. But I tell you what, LeBron James, being as awesome a player as he is, can't win a single solitary ring by himself. He's got to be on the right team. And heaven allowed me to identify the right company at the right time, marketing the right products and services with the right team of people. The person that introduced me to the business subsequently introduced me to the #1 money earner in the history of our company. That person was a corporate attorney for Black Entertainment Television and was responsible for the largest acquisition in the history of TV media, having put together the deal that allowed Viacom to purchase BET, which culminated in Bob Johnson becoming one of the 6 African-American billionaires on the planet. He had a law practice for 16 years. He had a title company, not 1 but 2 restaurants, 13 properties, made a heap of money, but was spending 16 hours a day outside of his home and was at the beck and call of his clients. Missed basketball games and recitals and volleyball games and spelling bees, and spent more time with people he didn't care so much about than the people he dedicated his life to. When he saw this business, he said, "Ray, I found a way to buy back my time an hour at a time." And in 85 days, made a whopping 6 figures, folded up the law practice, the title company, the 2 restaurants, the 13 properties, catapulted to the top of our compensation plan, made his first 7 figures in less than 3 years, became a best-selling author, and he's the person holding the phone. So just in case you were wondering if it is real, let me tell you how real it is. Today, he lives in a 10,000 square foot mansion, drives a $300,000 car, and is paid for by the company that I'm talking to you about, 5 Links Enterprises. I never ever thought that this simple little business opportunity would grant average people like me the opportunity at financial independence. But today I'm on a tour, and I'm traveling from state to state, city to city, helping to identify a handful of open-minded, success-oriented, money-motivated, highly ambitious and coachable people. Are you among the number? We're just looking for a handful. We know that everybody is not interested in doing anything different. Some of us are so complacent. We're like perpetual couch potatoes. Even our couch has the shape of our hiney where we sit every day. I understand that. But this call is for cream. Cream always finds a way to rise to the top. Always. And we're looking for just one or two or three, if heaven is merciful, maybe 4 or 5 people who simply want to be the one for their family. It only takes one. It only took one Rockefeller. It only took one Carnegie. It only took one Astor. It only took one Rikers. It only took one Cosby. It only took one Winfrey. How many should it take in your family? And if it's not you, then who? And if not now, then when? The deregulation of these industries happens once in a lifetime. And if the phone is ringing and you're the only one that hears it, just maybe the call's for you. So I know I haven't given you enough information to make a decision. I recognize that. But I'm sitting in Louisville, Kentucky, preparing to drive to an entirely different state to help a handful of people who have already identified themselves become financially independent. And so it's real as real can be. My family is in New York. My children are in New York, but we are 21st century freedom fighters, and we're looking for people who want to be free. Do you want to be free? If so, let me encourage you to get back to the person who introduced you to this call. They're going to send you to a 20-minute video. It'll give you all the details you need in order to make a decision. I assure you, we put the video together so we know what's in the video. Go check out the video, 5linkspaysme.com, the number 5, LINX as in X-ray, PAYS as in Sally, M as in money, E as in Edward.com. Once you looked at the video, get back with the person that you introduced you to it. Say, listen, I've seen it. I want to save money. Or I've seen it and I want to make money. Those are the only 2 intelligent responses we're looking for. For the rest of the time, today is Freedom Friday. I literally want to introduce you to a modern day hero. He's literally a Robin Hood. He used to work for the corporate for the corporate entities that the little guy would have to go up against. He was the guy with the rolling briefcases and a dozen paralegals winning every court case for his clients. Now he fights for you and me. So he switched sides of the aisle. Before he was corporate oriented, now he's personality oriented. He's looking for people like you. Are you the personality that is looking for the kind of help we're offering? Look, he's probably the wealthiest person you'll meet this calendar year. Doesn't have to do this. He should be on the island of Fiji somewhere sipping Mai Tais, having room service just by ringing a bell. But he says, Ray, if all of the people that I care about are stuck at work, then it'll be pretty lonely in the Fijis. So I'm going to fight until everybody I care about is on the other side of money so we can all go to the Fijis together. Think what manner of man is that? When the rest of the world is trying to be as selfish as we can and amass as much as we can, he takes his money and sprinkles it around so that everybody has some. It's the law of reciprocity. It's divine principle. So it is my esteemed honor to introduce you somebody that I have a tremendous amount of respect for because he literally knows 100% of what it takes to succeed in business. He's had record-breaking, exponential, fairy tale success in a very short amount of time. And he's made all $1.5 million of his dollars helping people just like me who simply want more out of life. And he's willing to help you too. So we're coming to a city near you. And in spite of all those things, we're having a world-class time doing it. We have more fun than kids on a playground, I assure you. And so listen, it is my esteemed honor to introduce to some and present to others the #1 money earner in the history of our company at his position, best-selling author, certified 7-figure earner, and one of the most sought-after motivational speakers in the industry, Platinum Senior Vice President, soon to be double platinum, Thomas the Maestro Felder. Maestro, are you there?
Yes, I am. Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Listen, I just want to say good afternoon to everybody. We're in sunny Kentucky on our way to sunny Florida. And no, we're not going for barbecue. We're going for BOMs. We're not going for pork ribs. We're going for PBRs. We're just looking for a few people out there who want to change their lives. And every night we do these presentations, and I wonder why people won't change. I wonder why the guy who needs the business the most is the one who's the last one to get in. And I had a little incident happen to me this week, which really made it clear for me why people don't get into this business right away. So I got dark shades on. It's not because I'm shady. It's because I got an eye infection, right? So I got a little eye infection this week. And I got an eye infection because I would not change my contacts the way I was supposed to. I wouldn't change them. I let them stay in my eyes a little bit too long. And, you know, if you keep contacts in your eyes long enough, you start to think that you can actually see. You start to think that you don't need the contacts. And I think that's what happened to me. I was in that situation so long, I got comfortable with the situation I was in. And it wasn't until it started to hurt, it wasn't until my eye got red and infected that I took the contact out and I got the medicine that I needed. And I think that's what happens when we share this business opportunity. So many of us are so incredibly comfortable in the situation that we're in, even though it's not a good situation. You know that your boss doesn't pay you enough to do the work that you're required to do, and you never give him the level of effort that he requires as your boss. It is an awful situation. It's like being in a bad relationship, but you stay because you got nowhere to go. It reminded me of a story that I heard about a dog who was on a porch. There was an old man on a porch and he had a dog. And the dog would always be on the porch yelping. And it would disturb the neighbors because every time they would go by, there's the dog. Early, late, middle of the afternoon. So finally the neighbors came together and they went to the old man. And they said to the old man, why is your dog always yelping? He sounds like he's in pain. And the old man said, yep, he probably is in pain. He's sitting on a tack. So the neighbor said to the old man, why won't your dog get off the tack and stop yelping? And the old man looked at his neighbors and said, it just doesn't hurt bad enough. That's many of you on this Facebook Live, many of you who are on the call. It don't hurt bad enough. You just want to complain about your job and your boss and your cubicle and in your bills and that you can't go on vacation. It hurts, but not enough for you to change. It's got to hurt a little bit more for you to change, because if it hurt bad enough, you would change. If you wanted it bad enough, you would change. We keep giving you opportunity. And I see people join the business and quit. It's almost like jumping off the ark, saying, just throw me back in. I always told you that this business is not get rich fast, it's get rich slow. If it didn't require real work and real effort and real energy, it wouldn't be an opportunity, it'd be a scam. So yes, it requires work. It requires time. It requires you to deal with some people who just are not that pleasant. But that's the way life is. I put my time in every single day, and I'm putting my time in this weekend. While many of y'all are barbecuing, I'm BOMing. While many of y'all are trying to decide whether it's pork ribs or beef ribs or hamburgers or hot dogs, I'm going to be doing an opportunity presentation. I'm going to miss being with my family. I'm going to miss being with my wife and my children. But it's a price that you pay. You got to pay the price somewhere. Somewhere it's got to be paid. So yeah, I'll pay the price now during this holiday weekend. Don't feel bad for me. Next month, I'm going to Alaska. I'm taking my wife and my children, and I'm going to show them what it looks like when whales give birth. What it looks like when bears give birth. I want to take them to a place where there's 24 hours of sunlight, and I want to do it without worrying about what's on my cell phone, whether or not it's bleeping or ringing, what's on my email. I'm paying a price. Would you be willing to pay a price in this business for 4 years so that you can live well for the next 40? Would you be willing to talk to 600 people about this business, knowing that if you did that, you can secure a decent 6-figure income? Would you do it? Or are you just going to be content and sit in the tack and just keep yelping? Well, we've been going across the country. Right now, our next stop after Louisville, Kentucky is going to be in Florida. We're heading to Tallahassee, Florida. We'll be there Saturday night. After that, we'll be in Orlando, and then we'll be in Fort Lauderdale, and then we're headed to Georgia. We'll hit Atlanta. We'll hit some other place in Georgia, and then Alabama. So we're coming your way, and we're bringing opportunity. So when you finish eating the barbecue, come to the presentation and let's show you how to become financially free. I'm looking for a few people. I ain't looking for everybody. I'm just looking for 1 or 2 or 3 people who want to be financially free and are willing to do what it's going to take. You can text me, not email me. You can text me at 202-409-4456. 202-409-4456. Right? And just text me and say, hey, I want to find out more about this business opportunity. And if it makes sense to you, if I share the business opportunity and it makes sense to you, maybe we can make some money together. One of the new things that we're doing lately is we have been financing other people's dreams and other people's businesses. We are the new Black Shark Tank. Yeah, we're the Black Shark Tank. A lot of y'all are never going to get on Shark Tank. The millionaire investor is never going to show up at your business. Your rich daddy or rich mama or rich granddaddy or mama, whoever, they ain't dying no time soon. And if they did, by the time they split that money up amongst your 100 relatives, you would be trying to make $1 out of 15 cents. So God has been good to us and we're willing to invest in you. If you're on this line right now and you have a business and you need capital, if you have a church and you need capital, you want to open up a daycare center, you need capital, you have a nonprofit and you need capital, we're giving it away. We are giving it away at terms that make sense more than a little bit. Not those Montel Williams terms. Not those terms where you got to worry about if somebody going to come in through the back door in the middle of the night with a baseball bat. We don't do that. So we want to give you good terms. We want to give you an opportunity to look at some non-traditional financing. Our rates are just below the bank, just below what you would get if you had 800 credit scores. And our paper requirements are a lot less. So if you call us today or text me today and tell me that you're interested in some financing, I'd love to share it with you. Also, if you're a business owner, it is the law. You are required to get an EMV credit card chip reader. We give those away for free. F-R-E-E. We give them away for free. If you do over $10,000 a month, you need the machine and we'll give it to you. All right, so text me, 202-409-4456. If you're already in the 5 Links business opportunity and you're not having the success that you want to have, then you need to do something different. You need to get connected. We have all types of programs for you. We have free training. Yes, F-R-E-E. We still do free. Go to svpjumpstart.com and you can register. We'll give you free training for the next 90 days. That's Sam Victor Paul Jumpstart. Sam Victor Paul. svpjumpstart.com. Lastly, I want you guys to start preparing for Las Vegas. We'll be in Las Vegas on September 21st through September 25th. On the 25th in Las Vegas, September 25th in Las Vegas, we are going to do something that has never been done. We're big on doing things that have never been done. For example, in St. Louis, we just had an event where we flew in a guy from Thailand who's one of the 6 people to ever generate over $1 billion in our industry. And after he trained, I watched grown men and women cry. So we want to do something incredible again in Las Vegas. We are doing a 3-hour laptop training. You got to bring your laptop to the training. And followed by that 3-hour training, we're going to do another 5 hours of prospecting training. So it's another 8-hour training for InterVarsity. So I'm inviting you all to come to Las Vegas. If you want to look and get a ticket, it's $70 right now. It'll be $70 for the next 14 days. And then it'll be $150. The reason I have you bringing out your laptop, if you guys don't know, the last 600 or so people I put into my business, I did it over the internet. I did it over Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, you name it. That's what I use to build my business. And if you guys want to do the same and build this business from the comfort of your home, I would love to teach you how to do it. $70 is a cheap investment to learn how to make a 6-figure income from home. All you got to do is go to platinumhelplineevents.com. platinumhelplineevents.com. Listen, we shared a lot of information, but the most important thing to share is that you got to do something different. Don't be like the dog on the porch. Don't complain if you're not willing to change. Are you with me? So this weekend, I look forward to seeing many of you. Tomorrow morning, Saturday morning, Sabbath morning, I'll be doing a training very different than this. It's not about the business. It's about heaven. It's about God's business. It's going to be at 6 a.m. tomorrow. I'll be on Facebook Live. I'll be on it, the same phone number tomorrow at 6 a.m. And we're going to talk about Saturday and Sunday morning. We're going to talk about the Sabbath. We're going to talk about God. And we're going to talk about things of eternal dimensions. So I welcome you guys to join us tomorrow. We'll be on this thing tomorrow at 6 a.m. If you joined us on a cell phone, we'll be on the cell phone at 6 a.m. If you joined us on Facebook Live, we'll be on this at 6 a.m. Hey, Stephanie, I see it says that you don't have a laptop. An iPad will work. You can bring an iPad, but if you bring an iPad, make sure you bring an iPad with a keyboard, because we're going to be doing a lot of information on the computer. All right? PlatinumHelplineEvents.com. You can register for Las Vegas. Also, lastly, I gave away some training. I gave away 14 of my best trainings for $25 at the Platinum Helpline. If at our training in St. Louis. If anybody wants that training, I will let you get it for the next 7 days. It's $25. You'll get 35 trainings. We are finishing up our Touch Suite training. It'll be ready next week. I've been on the road, so please forgive me. I need a few more days to finish out Touch Suite, and then I'll send it. But if you want 17 of my best trainings, that's $400 worth of trainings. It's $25, and you can download it on your laptop, on your iPhone. You can play through an MP3 player. It's $25, and it'll be available for the next 7 days. Just text me and say you want it. I'll send you a link. Just say I want the downloadable training. All right. You can text me at 202-409-4456. I love you guys. There's nothing but love that would make me get on this road, be away from my family, be away from my children, and be in this car for hours and hours with my two incredible, awesome friends, National Director Ray Hendrickson and National Director Mariko Turner. So we'll see you guys on the beaches of the world. I'm not at the beach, at the bank. But more importantly than any beach or any bank, we look forward to seeing you at the gates of the kingdom. For what would it profit any one of us to gain the whole world and to lose our own soul? So until we meet you and greet you in person, you guys walk with the King today and be a blessing. This Freedom Friday call is officially over. God bless. Take care.